It is the classic case of solving one problem only to create another. And unfortunately, the innocent people of Benue State are the ones paying the price for a victory hundreds of miles away. You saw the headline, and it sounds almost like a movie script, but this is the terrifying reality on the ground right now. The massive airstrikes that rocked Sokoto State in December, the ones we celebrated as the Trump treatment against terrorists, have had a dangerous ripple effect. The terrorists didn't just vanish into thin air, they ran. And now we know exactly where they ran to. We are receiving urgent reports this morning regarding a massive influx of fleeing terrorists into Benue State, specifically targeting the Agatu local government area. We are going to take you inside this developing crisis that links the deserts of Sokoto to the riverbanks of Benue. We will break down the alarming statement released by the Agatu Local Government Council Chairman, James Melvin Ejeh, who has officially confirmed that the killers terrorizing his people are the same ones who survived the American and Nigerian bombs in the northwest. We will also discuss the drastic emergency measures he has just announced, including the cancellation of a controversial grazing deal that has been in place for nearly 10 years. If you want to understand how a victory in Sokoto became a nightmare in Benue, please do me a massive favor and smash that like button right now. It helps us track these movements and keep you safe. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here as we discuss this new front in the war against insecurity. Let's get straight to the gist of what is happening. Everyone was happy when the news broke in December that the United States military, working with the Nigerian Air Force, had launched coordinated airstrikes on terrorist camps in Sokoto. It was described as a cleaning house operation, targeting the Lakurawa group and other bandit factions. We thought that was the end of them. But what we forgot is that rats don't die when you destroy their hole, they just find a new house. And that new house, sadly, is Agatu. Chairman James Melvin Ejeh has raised the alarm, stating clearly that his community is experiencing a renewed wave of violent attacks. He didn't mince words. He explicitly linked this violence to the fallout of the Sokoto airstrikes. According to him, these armed elements were dislodged from their strongholds in the northwest. They were running for their lives, looking for a place to hide and regroup. They moved south, crossing state borders until they infiltrated the rural communities of Agatu. This is a very dangerous development because these are not your regular local herdsmen who might have a dispute over land. These are battle-hardened fighters who have just survived a bombardment by US forces. They are angry, they are desperate, and they are armed to the teeth. They are looking for territory to control, and they have unleashed what the chairman calls an unprecedented terror on innocent and defenseless residents who had nothing to do with the airstrikes in Sokoto. This situation has become so critical that the local government has had to take extreme administrative steps. Chairman Ejeh announced the immediate cancellation of a long-standing grazing arrangement. Back in 2017, the previous administration in Agatu signed an agreement that allowed herdsmen access to Adepati Island for grazing. The idea was to promote peace and coexistence, but today that agreement has been torn up. The chairman declared it null and void. He said that the agreement was never done in good faith and was a mistake that compromised the safety of the community under the guise of peace. Think about the implications of this. For years, Adepati Island was a shared space. Now, the government is saying, get out. The chairman has ordered all armed herders to vacate Agatu land with immediate effect. He stated, let it be clearly stated that no portion of the Agatu land belongs to herders under any guise. This is a total shutdown. It shows that the local authorities believe these grazing zones are now being used as hideouts for the terrorists fleeing from the northwest. This migration of terror is what security experts call the balloon effect. When you squeeze a balloon on one side, it bulges on the other. The military squeezed them in Sokoto with American missiles, and now the bulge has appeared in Benue. It raises serious questions about our border security between states. How does a convoy of terrorists move all the way from Sokoto to Benue without being intercepted? That is the question on the lips of every Agatu resident today. The chairman also dropped a bombshell regarding collaborators. He revealed that security agencies have already arrested some suspects who are currently being investigated. He warned that no individual found aiding or abetting insecurity in Agatu will be shielded. This means there are people inside the community, perhaps even local leaders or informants, who are helping these fleeing terrorists settle in. It is a betrayal of the highest order. I want to pause here and ask you, the viewer, a very serious question. We often celebrate airstrikes, but do you think our military does enough to block the escape routes on the ground? It seems like every time we bomb them in one state, they just move to the next state to kill people there. Is this a failure of strategy? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know if you think we are just chasing them around the map instead of finishing them off. The Agatu chairman has made it clear, at this time, no herder is welcome on Agatu land. This is a hardline stance born out of survival. He said any future engagement will only happen after extensive consultation with the traditional council. Basically, the trust is gone. The influx of these Sokoto survivors has destroyed whatever fragile peace existed in the area. As we watch this situation in Benue unfold, it serves as a grim reminder that the war against insurgency is not just about dropping bombs, it is about holding ground. If the US and Nigerian forces can clear Sokoto but cannot stop the fighters from relocating to the Midbelt, then we are just moving the pain from one region to another. If you found this update crucial for understanding the movement of these criminal elements, please smash that like button. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes to stand in solidarity with the people of Agatu who are facing this new wave of terror. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here as we discuss this new front in the war against insecurity.